Rarity Games here. As always, I'm joined by Chris.
Hey, what's up?
We are on doing another live stream because we're stuck in the house, bored as hell during this quarantine. So tired of this bullshit. No, but we got a bit of a new setup now. Quality should be looking a little better. I could tweak some stuff. Got myself a new graphics card, and we got a little bit of news to share. Games we've been playing that we've been loving. Where'd you go, Chris? I lost you. Oh, you're back.
I'm back.
So what you been up to, man? What have you been playing lately?
As Eric just said, he recently just got a PC graphics card upgrade, so he's joined the wonderful world of Windows 10. And
Oh yeah,
I've been playing some Gears Tactics. I know he's been playing some Gears Tactics.
for sure. How far are you in that, by the way? I didn't even get the
I
chance to
am not
ask you.
that I am not that far because I kind of went on a little bit of a buying streak. My birthday is coming up, so I decided to buy myself a couple games for my birthday.
Yeah, I bought quite a few just cause of quarantine. Yeah,
True, but we've been messing with the PC more lately, and I got a Warhammer Battlefleet Gothic Armada. It's like a spaceship like naval battle game. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
oh, you went all out with it, huh?
Yeah, Steam's been having a bunch of sales, and I hopped on the Epic Game Store and grabbed Civilization 6 for free last week while that was free
Yeah,
because
yeah, I
as
grabbed
Eric
that too.
knows, I have like 7 copies of that game on like every platform.
That's what's
Um,
up.
and I was like, oh, let me see what Steam has going on, and I hopped on Steam and they had a big Warhammer sale, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna grab this DLC, and I spent like $20 and got 3 games.
Yeah, dude, the sales have been crazy. Yeah, George hops in the chat immediately. Goes, Chris, fix my computer. Fuck Eric's podcast. You're mad because ain't nobody want to help your punk ass. Nah, dude, we got
We'll
COVID
get to it, buddy.
19.
We'll get to it.
COVID-19. We can't be near each other. I'm sorry, George. I can't take your computer right now. Nah.
We'll get around to it, champ. We'll get around to it.
Nah, but yeah, dude, I know it's lovely to have a good PC now. Put it that way,
Mhm.
because God, dude, the sales lately have been great, whether it be PS4, Xbox, whatever. And now it's awesome that I now throw in this awesome graphics card into my computer, and now I have access to all the Xbox games, at least the ones that are available on PC. Access to Steam, Epic Games, all that free games I've been collecting over the years through Twitch and all that. It's awesome. So much stuff to do now.
Yeah, and with the Game Pass on PC, I have Game Pass Ultimate, so I have
Mm-hmm.
games with gold, Game Pass for Xbox, and Game Pass for PC. So I sign in with my login just like I would on Xbox, and then all of a sudden there's like 100 and something games, PC games, just ready to go for me.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, you've been stacking them up over the years for a while now.
Yeah,
Like I know one that you have that I really want to hop into. Me and Drew were just talking about is Star Wars Old Republic.
yeah.
Unfortunately, he has a Mac, so it's a bit of a problem for that game. It was never optimized for the Mac.
Well,
But
yeah, that, but he can also that's a conversation we'll have offline because he can install Windows as a second operating system and boot
yes,
into it.
that and he also uses NVIDIA GeForce Now. So
Hmm.
he's been playing a lot of games through that, where he'll buy a game and then you run it through the Nvidia
Yeah,
program.
GeForce Now was cool. I checked out GeForce Now in 2015, and it was a very early, almost Gaikai like version of it,
Mm-hmm.
where like it hadn't been perfected yet. But I played a bunch of what was the first Mordor game?
I keep saying Shadow of, and it's not.
No, Shadow's the second one.
No, I don't
It's like
know.
Tomb Raider. Shadow's the second one.
I don't know. Don't
Battle
care.
for Mordor, maybe I don't remember. But the
Don't.
last Lord
You
of the
get.
Rings
I get your
Mordor
point.
game,
Yeah.
I played that on the Nvidia Shield, like the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
handheld controller one.
You were
And I,
so amazed by that, dude.
dude,
And
that's
yes,
what I built
George.
my old computer for.
Yeah, and yes, George. If Halo news drops, I will totally pull you into a video chat and we'll bullshit and talk on a podcast. We get another Halo announcement or some epic shit happens in the Halo universe. I got you.
July, July, something's supposed to go down.
Oh yeah. Halo Infinite. You're coming on a podcast for Halo Infinite news. All right, there you go, for sure. I actually was just talking to a couple of people that I wanna try to get some people in here with us since we're
Hmm.
doing Zoom calls anyway.
Yeah, why not?
Like why not throw a few friends on the podcast that have been playing a lot of stuff, and then besides that, also so an idea I threw at you earlier is we're gonna try to get a hold of some like independent developers
Hmm.
or like small people that are involved in the gaming industry in general, whether it's other creators or whatever. I feel like this is a
Sure.
great time to take advantage of it and pull people into the video conferences and just BS with them. I feel like it'd be a great idea, and now I have the
Get
setup. I
get
think I can
people
do
while
it.
they're still locked in and bored.
Yeah, because I got a good setup for it now. I know how to switch everything, bend
Yep.
everything, move everything. I can have 5 6 people in here. I mean we might not be good at it because we'd be yelling over each other, but I can make it happen. So I'm definitely looking forward to trying to make that happen. I'm trying to get some like smaller developers that would enjoy being a part of a
Sure.
smaller podcast. I think
That
that'd
would
be
be
really
pretty
cool.
cool. But so other than Gears Tactics, what have you been playing?
Dude, it's kind of hard to even say right now. Like, so I beat Final Fantasy VII, like
Okay.
last week. I think I did that. Yeah, I think I did it before last podcast. So I probably talked about it then. And then I got the platinum trophy in Remnant from the Ashes. I
Oh,
got
you
that.
did finally platinum it.
Yes, so that's platinum number 9. I'm working on 10. Don't know what game I want to be my 10th, but I'm working on it. And then I've been dabbling in Sekiro again. So I think
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go back to Sekiro and start streaming that because I really really enjoy that game and in
That
preparation for Ghost of Tsushima as well.
that is a very like stylized kind of thing for a lot of From Software games. Is you get to a wall and you just stop for a couple weeks or a couple days or a couple months, and then you'll come back to it and like spend a day or two trying to relearn mechanics and controls, and then all of a sudden the guy you could beat you just beat for no reason because your brain just works again.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. And George, dude, like, hey, yeah, I understand you having issues with the computer situation right now, dude. If you can pull some money together and get a computer that will run OBS, and you get a capture card, you can make all this happen pretty easily. It's not hard once you get the hang of it. I know you're smart enough to pull it off. I happily would help you out. Try and figure it out. You don't need my logos. You gotta start doing this on your own, man. Get your grind down, and I'd be happy to have you be a part of it too. But we'll see. We'll get there. We'll talk about it. Don't worry. Um, but yeah. So Sekiro is just one of those games that like, as much as I want to keep playing it, it also like once I get into it, it
Hmm.
almost like scares me like in a weird way. Like if a game can scare you, it's one. Like it like you get so into it and love it so much, and then you get your ass kicked over and over again by the same boss,
It's
and like
totally an all or nothing game. You're either
mm-hmm.
completely all about it or you're like so over it I don't even want to play that game.
Yes, 100%. And I keep getting stuck in the middle of that. So where
Yep.
I'm like, I can't decide between all in or all out. Like I can't because I
It
want it. I want it, but it's
it's taken me years to play various Dark Souls games for that reason specifically. Like I'll
yeah,
grind out like 50 hours in 3 days, go hard, beat two dudes I never even thought of seeing in the game, and then all of a sudden I just like die. I can't get
yeah.
down a hallway or something happens where like I literally die like 50 times and I'm like, "You know what? I need to not play this for a while. Got to walk
Yeah,
away."
that is it. And speaking of that emotion, the game that I've been playing the most, obviously, as you said, back to Gears Tactics. I am not a tactic turn-based player in a game. Period.
Not
Like
at
ever.
all.
I don't play them once in a while, but I'm not really into them. Like I
Mhm.
enjoyed them more as a kid because of like what I've been doing lately with streaming and all that. It is so nice to just have a game like that where I can like work on something and then go over, do a couple turns, let the when the enemies turn, I can sit there and do a couple more things.
Mhm.
Back to it. Like I absolutely love it. The game is so good and so well done. The
Yep.
in-depth battle system, the leveling up, the armor, the weapons, the modifications, they did such a good job with that game.
the the Gears universe was already meant to be a tactical cover based shooter. So when they take it out of like third person kind of camera down look and made it
Mm,
that like god view and a turn based, like it just works. It's the same game, but it's just like a slightly different control scheme. and I
Yeah.
have to give mad props to Microsoft. I think they are stealth using this game to test a new video engine because those cutscenes are looking crispy, dude. In-engine cutscenes look amazing in this.
Yeah. The dude, like, in general, like, as you're saying, it looks amazing. Now, try having my situation where I just got the dopest graphics card and then I threw it on my 4K TV. I click
Oh
recommended
yeah,
settings and it put everything on ultra. I was like, okay,
oh yeah.
that something different. Haven't seen anything like that in a while. And
Hmm.
I got Forza Horizon, regardless of it being almost 100 gig game. I had to get it
Oh,
to
dude, that is such
try.
a fun game.
It wiped my brand new SSD half out, but I'm gonna at least play it once or twice, and
Oh yeah.
depending on how much I enjoy it, I'll keep it. Like I only have 40 gigs left on my brand new SSD.
Dude,
So
I feel you. My old SSD is only 120 gigs, so I installed Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 at
mm,
30 something gigs, and then 40 something gigs for Gears Tactics, and then the operating system in my drive's like, oh, you got like 15 gigs left.
yeah. All right. Well, enough of us praising the PC world. Now that I'm into it, I love it. It's great, but we gotta get back into this news subject now. PS5 just dropped a huge and small announcement.
Yeah,
Just a
a
quick
teasing
glimpse.
an
Yeah,
announcement.
quick glimpse of a black controller because they only showed us the white one so far. Quick glimpse of a black controller. It spins around. Boom. There it is. And then PS5, June 4th.
Yep.
Like that, they're announcing it. It's for sure gonna happen. There's no way they would make a post like this if it wasn't. Plus,
I
Sony's been very calculated recently with their internet and the way that they talk about things. So for them to straight up say something like that and then show you a date, it's something big. So
before the COVID pandemic and all that stuff, I imagine they were going to do not quite a state of play, but do a video or a live stream for us at home, and then probably have press in there for some kind of like showcase event where they show them a couple games and then maybe get like to look at what the box looks like in person, kind of thing. Get pictures of it from all
oh yeah,
angles. Um,
for sure.
but I think everything shifting online is going to change things a little bit. Not necessarily a huge amount, but it's going to affect their marketing.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Sony's marketing recently. Like they been like it's weird. I think overall they made the right moves, but sometimes it's almost so good that it seems like it hurts them. Like they're
Mm.
very hands off and like, oh well, don't worry about it. And
That like
then
mysterious.
yeah, and then okay, let's just drop a YouTube video. Like they know it's gonna hit the 3 million plus views, 4 million plus views in a couple of days. They know it's gonna get out there for the people that care about it, but like it's just odd. They're not. It doesn't seem like they're wasting money on advertising whatsoever. They don't want to waste any money on advertising
Yeah.
until they're ready to do that. Like once a game launches, they'll drop all the ads.
It's I forget what I was listening to, but it's very interesting to see how Sony and Microsoft are approaching this next generation. Microsoft, who is a much bigger company than Sony, acting like the underdog and the little guy and doing all these like customer centric, customer forward moves.
Oh no! It's all good. Um. So yes, I agree with you there. It's a situation where like I think they played the right move. If you can, just mute your shit. And I'll babble. That so I think it's very calculated on their part because they are that big ass company, but they're also able to act like that underdog and make people
Yeah,
feel bad for them because of, they were able to just act like the good guy. You know what I mean? Like instead of being the people that were sitting on top and saying like this is what we're doing and this is the way the industry will be, they're saying we're following you guys. You guys are the leader, kind of thing. They
yeah.
make it seem that way at least, even though it's not really the case.
And Microsoft had to take that kind of rocky comeback trail a little bit purposely to try and get people on their side because if they didn't have people on their side, they probably would have gotten out of the console business.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, why they don't need to be in the console business, but I think they kind of enjoy being in that market.
And I think what they're doing now with their just saying, hey, however you want to play our games or the games on our platform,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's on PC, whether it's in the cloud, whether it's on a console, just you're going to be on our ecosystem one way or another. As we said with you setting up your new Windows 10 PC, you pulled an Xbox Live login out of somewhere you haven't used in 8 years and started using it again.
Yeah, I mean, well, it hasn't been that long, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's definitely nice that I can just do that, and they didn't give me any problems. They didn't try to feed me a bunch of bullshit. They just let me log in, and I went about my business on my PC now.
Yep.
I got my old gamer tag with like 20, 30,000 gamer score right back at it, ready to add some more. So
And
it's kind of cool.
I think for that experience, if you apply that to the Series X, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people maybe going from back from PS4 to a Series X, or maybe getting both this generation, are going to
Yeah,
have that. Oh yeah, that's right. It's real easy to go home again, kind of thing.
yeah. So it's definitely exciting in general, though, to see here about all this stuff. Like, as we know, Xbox just came right out of the gate and just
Mm.
sent us everything they had as soon as they
Yep.
had it. Whereas PlayStation's been a lot more quiet, a lot more, hands off, as I said, and they slowly been giving us bits and pieces as we go. Thanks for the share, whoever popped that out there.
So,
So
quick
it
question for you.
yeah.
With that being said, do you think we're going to get just the box at this June 4th event, or do you think we're going to get the box, the price, and the date?
Probably. That's hard to say.
I think Sony, the
It's
way
very up in the air.
the way you've been saying, Sony's been kind of holding stuff close to the chest lately. I think they're going to show us the box and give us a month, like a calendar, not even a specific or a price. I think they're going to hold the price till later in the year, because that's the thing that's super up in the air, depending upon what Microsoft does and depending upon what the economy does.
That's very true. So they might even say that. They might say like the price will, and further announcements will be
Mm-hmm.
held within the next few months. But they kind of already announced their price point a few times, like in just talking in interviews without announcing it, like to get it
They
out
haven't
there.
had the official,
Yeah,
but
they
they've been
wanted it
saying
out
around five
there
hundred
in the
bucks.
public so that they could not say yes, this is it,
Mm-hmm.
but hear people's opinion on it. You know what I mean? Like they want to see those. What the fuck? I'm not paying that for this. Or oh shit, that's not that bad. See, like I don't get why people think it's crazy that the console's gonna be anywhere from $500 to $600. I don't understand the people that think that's expensive for
Well,
what we're
here's
getting this generation. That is a very budget PC. Like super budget high end PC. What is wrong with you? Like why is that expensive to you?
I 100% agree with you from a objective standpoint. However, you were not like super tuned in during the PS3 launch of 599 US dollars during a recession, where Sony literally said, "Hey, maybe you should get another job to afford this. And if you're looking for a more budget price system, we offer the PS2."
Yeah, I mean that was a dickhead move. I remember that, and it was a lot of
Yeah.
problems with that. And I think back then 600 was a little steep. Now I don't think it is, because like the
Well,
situation and how everything's been going, and the what they're putting in the console, and the fact that it is that much better than the PS4, it to me it doesn't it I don't know.
if this was 3 months ago, I would agree with you.
Oh, with the whole COVID-19 thing, yeah, sure, but
There's
what
so
are they
many
gonna be?
people.
The people that give away free money?
Yeah,
What do you
there's
expect?
so many people that got impacted by this that I don't think the amount of people that were going to grab this is necessarily going to be quite as high as it once was. It's super a luxury item, and it's totally like, certain people that are going to buy it day one are always going to buy it day one. You know what I
I
mean?
I argue the other direction. I think more people will buy it now if they get this announcement price and or pre-order out as soon as possible. I think more people will buy it now than before. Like it's I get what you're saying, but if they don't buy this, they'll buy a PS4 or an Xbox One, cuz there's stimulus checks coming in, money that came out of nowhere for people. How many people did you see lined
Well,
up at Best Buy? I got a new TV, new graphics card. There's a lot of other people like that right
it's
now.
money that came out of nowhere, but it's money that came out of nowhere to replace money that was lost, like for
Yes,
bills and stuff.
100%. But when people get a one big chunk of money, they're gonna buy one nice thing for themselves,
Oh,
and
sure, yeah.
a lot of gamers are gonna put away that money on the side. But besides that, like the unemployment stuff is coming in super late, so everybody's gonna get this huge chunk of money all at once when they get their
Mm.
unemployment. So, as if it
So
comes out soon with the pre-order, I think more people will buy it.
what Microsoft started testing last generation, and I'm very intrigued to see how it's going to work going forward, is
Mm-hmm.
with their Xbox All Access program, where it's Game Pass Ultimate, which is Game Pass for console, Game Pass for PC, and Xbox Gold, bundled with a monthly fee that you're paying installment for the console like you would a phone.
Yeah.
So it's like $30 a month or $20 a month, depending upon what version of the console you choose. And I think that's going to be a very interesting way for Microsoft to get people on board. Of, hey, do I have $500 for a new console right now? Not really. Oh, it's $33 a month. I can waste $33 a month. My phone bill is more than $33 a month.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That is, I saw that and was half debating on an Xbox at one point. I think that's a really cool idea.
I think they were
Definitely smart.
doing at one point around the holidays. They were doing like a Xbox One S for less than $20 a month for like 18 months or something with everything included.
Yeah, and then you can upgrade to an Xbox One X for like an extra $5 a month or
Or a
whatever.
Series
Like,
X or something when it
yeah,
comes
that's
out.
really
Yeah.
cool. I like that concept. That's something that I think Sony can learn from those subscription services a lot, and I think they did adjust. With the whole PS Now thing, they definitely adjusted. But we will see within less than a week now. Random announcement came out of nowhere, but I think they're gonna drop a lot more than we think they're gonna drop. They're not like they're gonna have a lot of different stuff like that, like a subscription things. They're gonna have stuff like
It
maybe prices, pre-order dates, games that are coming. We're gonna see more of stuff like
th-
Godfall, like
this
stuff
is
like
going to be
that.
their equivalent of their E3
Mm-hmm.
rollout.
It's gonna be a huge state of play. Because other than that, the only thing we've seen and had shown repeatedly is The Last of Us 2, and
Mhm.
then Ghost of Tsushima.
And Last
And
of Us 2, they just did a very large state of play on. Ghost of Tsushima a couple weeks ago, they did a state of play on.
yeah, they're not playing games with those, so I don't think they need to show us more of the same. They've reiterated that a few times in the past. That's part of why they weren't going to E3 is they said we don't want to continuously show you guys the same things over and over again. Like I don't want you to come to E3 all hyped up and you end up getting a little bit of nothing out of it.
Well, I
But
think they
thanks
learned
for the
that
like,
lesson.
buddy.
I think they learned that lesson last year when they tried to do, or was it 2 years ago when they tried to do their last E3, and it was like a
Mm-hmm.
45-minute almost game developers conference, like a long form, deep dive technical stuff on like whatever they were putting out at that time.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of cool to see what happens this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big change. It's a big alteration from what it used to be. So like especially with Sony, like I said, the hands off thing. Like,
Yeah.
why are they hands off and so much? I think it's because they're actually working and they're not spending all their money on stuff like stupid shit. They're getting ready to show you something
It
bigger rather than just show you shit that they've showed you every year before that.
it's also the inherent cultural differences in the company. Microsoft being an
Oh yeah.
American company, being very in your face, versus Sony being a little bit more Japanese, a little bit more reserved, holding things back until they're ready to show you, not like when you want to hear about it.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. That's part of why they've had issues in the past, like with the business issues. Like I can't see Phil Spencer, the guy that he is, all happy going in and like bowing down at a Japanese business meeting. Like,
Well, I think he probably would to be respectful out of it, but there is that there's a
the hypeness of an American businessman, like versus the just very
studiousness.
respectfulness. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a big
Um.
difference.
Anyway, so continuing along, they announced some games with gold for Xbox and PS Plus for June. Not something we always go over, but there's also not a whole heck of a lot going on right now, and everybody likes free stuff.
Yeah, they're
Um,
big ones for PS Plus this month. I know that.
so yeah, so one of the carryover ones for May was Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor Martyr. So that was a cool Diablo-like kind of dungeon runner, but in space sci-fi.
Yeah,
Totally worth a free download, and arguably my personal selection of games for this month. The other ones they have a Rally V4, which is like a motor rally, like dune buggy racing
yeah,
kind of
so
thing.
yeah,
And then they have Overlord 2, which is a 360 game that's backwards compatible.
yeah. See, we
So
got
nothing.
City Lines, and we got what was the other
City
one? I think
Skylines.
yeah, well, I think the other one was Farming Simulator, right?
Hmm.
Something like that, something along those lines.
Farming Sim 19, I think. Yeah.
Everyone was so mad about it that they had to drop the big one on us this month. They were like, "Okay, guys, we're sorry. Here's Call of Duty World War II. We're sorry. Wait. Star Wars Battlefront 2. We got you. There you
Yeah.
go."
So two AAA shooters on the PS4 right now they're giving away for basically for free with PS Plus.
Well,
Now I know people say
in a
you're
week,
you're
yeah.
kind of paying for them with your subscription, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I mean, but whatever. They at one point there were $60 games. You can't buy Call of Duty games for cheap ever. So like it's very
Yeah, I
rare.
mean
So
they were both $60 not that long ago, maybe
yeah.
18 months ago. So hey,
And
why
that
not?
has a great zombies mode. I played. I love that game. Was great. I never bought Battlefront 2 because of the disappointment of Battlefront 1, and all the controversy of Battlefront
The
2. So it's
microtransactions.
nice to get a free one. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will be looking forward to that. It's awesome. And then what does Xbox got for June?
Not too much else. I'm unfortunate to say.
Wait, I thought you
Let's
said
see.
did you call out May or did you not or did you call out June?
That was kind of the overlap between May and June because Xbox doesn't always have it run square with the month.
Oh, I got you. I thought okay. Oh no, that's right. They do one every 2 weeks, correct?
Yeah. They have it
Yeah.
staggered where like two of them are 15th to 15th and two of them
Oh,
are
you're
1st to
getting
1st.
Destroy All Humans.
Yes, that is the June game, Destroy All
Yeah.
Humans, and there's another one which is what?
Shantae and the Pirate's Curse and
Yeah,
Scene Mora. I am not familiar. And then Coffee Talk. Those are the two late week ones.
yeah.
I'm not familiar with any.
Coffee Talk, I believe, is one of those like Telltale like kind of simulator talking games.
Okay.
Um, Shantae is a sequel because they had Shantae and Genie's Curse or something before.
Yeah, I'm definitely not familiar with these at
No.
all. Nah,
Um,
that's weird. Like they have these on and off months, both Gold and PS Plus, like where they'll just like shut down one month and give out some games that they got on the back burner, and then next month they just drop bangers.
and we had been talking before about this offline that it seems as if almost games with gold is slightly falling into the background a little bit, and they seem to be emphasizing more Game Pass because you're having more huge games coming to Game Pass. They recently just added Red Dead 2 to Game Pass.
That's
So
crazy, man.
yeah, I mean, if the fact that I'm paying $10 a month and have access to over 200 games,
Mm-hmm.
including a bunch of them are Red Dead and major titles, like that's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Thanks for the share, whoever that was. I appreciate it. Oh, it was probably Gina. I think it was. Yeah, it was.
Probably.
She's in the other room holding down the dog and sharing the stream. She's looking out, and she's
That's
sending
my girl.
and she's sending people shirts, dude. My buddy said he got it. He loved it. He took a picture of it and like sent it to me and stuff. He was like, "This is awesome. I got a
Nice.
sticker and a shirt." And he donated a bunch to us, dude. I love it. It's awesome. We're
Cool,
starting
cool.
to get those little interactions with my buddies now and stuff, and then hopefully it'll grow a little more. I'm going back to work soon, so I plan on starting to mass produce those shirts a little bit. Get that site up and running. Have her run the stickers, and be on our way real soon, man.
But anything else coming up that you're looking forward to personally? What I'm interested to see, we had Nintendo Stealth drop that Origami Mario game a week or two ago, the trailer for it. The game's supposed
Mm-hmm.
to come out beginning of July, I believe. There's got to be more stuff they have that they're sitting on. There has to be.
Yeah, the Godfall game is the one that they showed so far, but
That's for Sony. That's for PS4. I was talking about Nintendo.
yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of people keep talking about the Mario thing, and like really a lot of people are hoping on the Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine
They do the
remakes.
Galaxy remastered to kind of fill in their catalog until Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 is done.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are hoping on that. I could definitely see. Is that Gina that like the stream? Oh no, it's Dan. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, buddy. No, but yeah, I could see them coming out with another Breath of the Wild announcement this summer though, because they only showed us a small trailer.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see them giving us like a world view, maybe a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of a story trailer, like some kind of bitter piece of that,
And
and
that small
otherwise,
trailer was an engine though.
mm-hmm. And then otherwise, I would say we're gonna get another new IP, to be honest, because they're attaching arms now to Smash Brothers, so a new character, and yeah, and Smash Brothers is getting an arms character, so.
Okay.
I think that shows that they're leaning towards these IPs, regardless of how they actually do. They believe in their characters, so I definitely feel like they're gonna be looking to expand that roster a little bit more. So I could see a new IP coming soon, which would be cool from Nintendo.
I could see that, and then with them kind of utilizing the Mario back catalog kind of thing, I could totally see them dusting off some of the other old series of games to try and bring out. I don't know about you, but if they bring out an F-Zero game, people will buy that thing like crazy.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's something they have to be working on too. Is like, cause like I don't know. They had that thing with Star Fox and everything too. Like with where they had that small
Yeah,
game where they added him in it.
they put Star Fox in Starlink Battle for
Starlink.
Atlas, the Ubisoft game,
Yes.
because
So
Ubisoft and Nintendo have been getting along like crazy lately.
yes. So I could see them going in that direction too, because like they already gave us a little bit of a drop with Star Fox. I could see them totally taking that and running with it for sure. Like, cause I mean, like it's Star Fox.
Not only not only that, but if you think about it, Mario plus Rabbids was a launch game for the Switch, and it's been what 3 years now.
That's the one. You're right. You're
So
right.
it's about that time for something else to,
Yeah, and you don't need an engine adjustment for that. You don't need a new engine. You don't need it. It's just
Nope.
map design, character design, new moves. Sell it.
And there was the rabbits and a fistful of Mario characters, so like Donkey Kong and Yoshi. So why couldn't they
Yeah.
expand that out with a bigger catalog and more DLC characters? You say?
Yeah, and then we forgot too, dude. I think the Switch Lite has run its course already very quickly. Like people will still buy them, but the hype for them in that 6 month mark is done.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we could get an announcement for the Switch XL.
I I think we're going to be a little bit off on that. I think we're going to wait until next year for the Switch XL, just because of the fact they're going to stay away from this generation's launch consoles for Xbox and PlayStation. And then beginning of next year, 6 months out, when they're done their fiscal thing in March, because that's when they launch all their stuff for some reason is March. Then we'll have that next XL Switch.
You got me when you said when you got me thinking about that again. You're right. They're not even gonna try to step on the toes of this year's big releases. So they'll just wait.
They do that Japanese end of the year thing in March, not December. Not like, oh, we're gonna get this stuff out in holiday. They're like, no, we're gonna get it out in March and give it 6 months of run up sales to holiday, and then everybody's gonna want one.
Yeah. Well, it's staying in line with the whole new stuff going on. We were talking about Sony, and something interesting that they're going to be doing is very counteractive of what Microsoft is doing. So they were saying that they've made a statement, is the CEO Jim Ryan or whatever. He's saying that they don't want to bring the PS5 titles to PS4. Like, they don't want to keep developers making games for both consoles. Now, when you hear that in an article at first, it can be very misleading, as I thought it was at first, but I read and I realized, like, they didn't not want set exclusives in the article, but that's because they want the article to be a little spicy and they want to make them look like the bad guys or just get a good article out of it in general.
A lot of views.
Yes, so, like, I know what he means, and he means that we're going to make specific PS5 titles that are specific banger PS5 games. And they're going to be only on the PS5. Like the game Godfall is the perfect example. They're not going to run this game that is running like always 1080p at 60 to 120 frames, or a game that's 8K, 60 frame, whatever. They don't want to dumb that game down and put it on the PS4. They don't want to do that. So they want certain titles that'll be on both, like all the third-party titles, yada yada, and then they got their specific bangers that are specifically for the people that went out of their way to buy the new consoles.
The spec difference from the PS4 to the PS5 is going to be significantly different enough that I can arguably see that. But the other side of that argument is that they may not necessarily let you bring as much of your PS4 library and get free upgrades to PS5 versions as you necessarily would like.
No, from what I heard, that's not the case. You were good. Most of the like you're gonna just be able to log on and play. Like anything that you have in your library is yours.
But yeah, with games that already exist and are already out there. But
yes.
There's not going to be as many transitional games. There's not going to be as many, buy this on PS4, and the next year when you get a PS5, you'll be good.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yes, you 100% can. Every game, from what I've read, is that not every PS4 title, but that like then 80% of the main library that people are playing now will be available on PS5. Like if I'm playing Remnant from the Ashes or whatever, that will be available for me to just play.
Yes, and I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. What I'm saying is there's not going to be as many transitional titles to bridge the gap in between. It's going to be hey, you can play PS4 games on PS5, and then there's PS5 games you can play on PS5.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I don't think so, only because of the third-party situation. Because, like, Xbox has so many games. They specifically already mentioned for 2 years running they are going to be making games for both consoles. And they're going to merge over, and there's going to be a play anywhere situation. So all those games that are going to be on both consoles, they're going to be on both consoles for PS4 and PS5 as well. So I don't think it'll be as bad as people think it is. I think it's one of those clickbaity titles.
I think the article's just like hyping it up kind of thing.
Yeah, Dan has something here. He says PlayStation already made an announcement that the PS4 will be double the speed, so the games that are that high in resolution are able to run smoothly. Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah, the speed's gonna be insane, but it is very interesting that they're taking the opposite stance of what Microsoft is doing, because Microsoft's saying let's go for it, and I said this immediately right when they said every game that comes out on the Xbox Series X will be available to play on the Xbox One X for the first 2 years. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like where you're going with that, but at the same time, on the offset, that means that Xbox Series X game isn't as good as it could be. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, for you to be able to play it on an Xbox One original.
I feel you. So what's going to end up happening, in my opinion, is it's going to end up starting to be like Nintendo did with the various versions of the 3DS and the DS Plus and all that stuff. So it'll run on the base level, but it's going to have probably terrible frame rate. All these games are probably going to be like 720p capped at 30 frames a second.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for the like, Adam. As Adam Gibson there.
Hey, there you go, Adam. But that's what I think is going to end up happening, is that you're going to get a subpar experience to the point where, like, if you want to try and play this, cool. But if there's a game you're excited for, if there's a new franchise, you're going to be looking for an excuse to play that new game in a new way. And when you start to play a next-gen game and have it viewed on like an Xbox One or a One X or a PS4 versus PS5, that's how you're going to see that like justification and difference, is the load times are going to be vastly different. And it's going to be like, it can run this higher engine, but it has to do it at a lower frame rate, so it's going to be a little bit choppier.
Yeah, and I've already seen what you're saying with my setup. Like, I bought an SSD for the PS4. It completely changed the situation. Like, the fact that I can run a game at, like, something like The Division 2 that took anywhere from a minute or two to load in when you're going fast traveling. Now it's taken me 15 to 20 seconds tops.
Hmm.
It's a big difference. So once a console's optimized for that as well, it's really there's no saying what they're gonna do with it. And beyond just the hard drives, like the CPU, the custom processor that they're gonna have in the thing is.
Not to mention when they put the SSDs in there and pull out the hard drives, you're reducing the power draw because there's not a motor in there anymore. You're reducing heat, you're reducing vibration. So everything's going to be a little bit more quiet. Everything's going to need less fans.
Very true. That's very true as well. Yeah, there's a lot of small details that people don't seem to realize this generation. Like I kept hearing on like IGN podcasts and stuff where they would say, "Oh, like what really is the benefit of this new generation? Like, is it that much of a leap compared to? Could we not just do like a graphical update or something?" It's
Hmm.
like, yes, I get what you're saying. It's the bells and whistles. It's the turning it that much closer to a high end PC, like making it that much better and optimizing it.
And I think we're getting to a point where it's getting harder and harder to tell someone about the differences and easier to let somebody show the difference and like feel the difference.
Yeah,
Trying to watch a stream for when they did that PS4 Pro event, and so they tried to show 4K in a stream that I'm watching over 1080 that's
yeah.
compressed, and I'm like, what?
Over YouTube, yeah,
Over
it's a
YouTube?
hard
Yeah,
one.
it's like, dude,
Yeah,
you're trying. It's like you're trying to have me taste something through a straw that's 4 miles long.
good
It's not
try.
gonna, not gonna work out.
Yeah. Speaking of feel, by the way, you said that it's something that I need to feel, and that's something that's very interesting to me. Is that is going to be one of the big things is the controller for the PS5. Now we already saw the Xbox One controller, which I'm surprised they didn't adapt as much as they did, like because
Mm.
I know they have the Elite 2, and that's like one of the most incredible controllers I've seen.
And
So.
they're gonna keep that elite series of controllers going in one
Mhm.
iteration or another.
Yeah, and so that's what I hope to see a little bit of a new ideas coming out of those, besides like
Mm.
paddles and comfort. Um, but that is so cool to me that that PlayStation's taking that chance again. Like they did it with the touchpad, they stuck with it. They did it with the light bar. They faded off from the light bar. So it's cool to see them like make a bigger controller again, go with the comfort level. They know what the majority of people like. I don't understand why people hate on this new controller. I think it's awesome. Um, a little bit bigger, and then that vibration. From what I've heard, different developers talking about, they are so excited about this. And for new people, like you said, that's gonna be one of the best ways to show
Mm.
them how a game feels. Like put them in a car game, and then like have the left trigger with the brake like actually feel like it yanks
Give
when
it
you
force
brake,
feedback.
and then like the right trigger have a slow push for the gas, and then like when you slam the e-brake, you feel the controller's haptic feedback like slam to the side of the controller that you're turning on, like it would just and like those motions are going to be so interesting to hand somebody and say go as fast as you can and then make sure you hit that turn, and then they go what the fuck like.
Well, and if you think about it, it's just bringing back full circle what we all wanted to do as kids anyway. You wanted to lean with the controller and like, you know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
wanted to like turn into it that and put that little extra oomph in it. And if the controller is going to give you a kick when it hits something or something like that, it's another way that people can feel kind of the difference and being brought in with a little bit. That's going to be one of those things, like we said, you got to get your hands on it to really be like, oh wow, that is different.
100%. I can't wait to feel that the controller, the triggers adjusting and all that, like, and the fact that two of the first games that are coming are like have bow and arrows as a prime
Mm-hmm.
like subject, and then sneaking around is a prime thing. So
Well,
like trudging through the grass and like feeling even like something like a big gust of wind, like stuff like that. I feel like they're gonna emphasize a lot.
yeah. Plus, one of the things that a lot of people overlook is the fact that most of these controllers are going to have USB-C on them now, which is going to be awesome. Going to charge so much faster. Use the common plug that most phones use nowadays.
Yeah,
Like,
and
you
like
know,
I bet you they might even have wireless charging and stuff too. That could be something that'd be useful. Like
Well, third party they have various wireless charging already, but first party wireless would be nice.
that would be
But
really
then,
cool. Like you just put it on top of the console and it just charges it. That'd be the coolest thing in the
well, but
world.
then it would also get more expensive. So
Yeah, or I don't think they'd put heating coils inside the console either. But
no, it'd be a separate pad you leave on your coffee table or
yeah,
something.
yeah, for sure. And that's an accessory you can sell. You know how they
Yeah.
like to
Oh,
sell their
almost definitely.
accessories. I
Big
mean,
Xbox logo in the
I
middle.
was gonna say Xbox still don't even got goddamn batteries in their shit. um, but yeah, that's something that I really look forward to. Being able to plug a controller in for 2-3 minutes and have it be half charged. Cause I plug my phone in and like I'll be ready to leave the house and I look and I'm like, oh shit, my phone's almost dead. Plug it in for a minute, go
I
get
think it,
changed, get
I
ready
think
to
it's
leave.
something like closer to 5 or 10, but yeah, it's
I'm
fast.
saying for enough to finish a game or two. Like you literally
Mhm.
can plug it in for a couple minutes and get like like I said, take my phone everywhere I go with me. So I'll see it's almost dead as I'm about to get changed and go leave. I'll put it in, plug it in, go get changed, grab my headphones, put on the Bluetooth from my phone, and go out the house with that little bit of charge, and it'll give me like 20-30% and last me until I get back.
That's pretty
So
cool.
USB-C's killing it, man. I love that thing. So, yeah, it's definitely another one of those big pluses that they're both gonna have USB-C. Like we don't gotta worry about. That's the other thing too. Like one controller versus another, the ports, everything. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be very nice to see what happens. And I'm very interested to see how like the computer would react to a controller like a PS5's. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like how
Well,
would the haptic feedback and stuff play out?
it probably, depending upon if they program for it or not, because it already has PS4 drivers and all that, so you can already use a
Mm-hmm.
PS4 controller. So it probably uses the same way as a PS4 controller until they programmed all that special feedback in.
Yeah, for sure. The reason I said it though is because like the Xbox controller is kind of the standard in a way.
Mm-hmm.
For a
All
lot of
Microsoft
PC
Windows,
gamers.
Microsoft.
Yeah, it makes it easier, I think, and I think a lot of people like that comfort. You know what I mean? So it'd be interesting to see if the transition happened this generation. Like for PC gamers, they were like, "Oh, dude, I gotta get that PS5 controller. That thing looks sick, and it's like it has crazy, abilities." And then PC developers start developing for that in mind. That'd be cool. It'd be pretty interesting. Might see a lot of new controllers coming out soon.
It's very possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, you see with Nintendo playing with it constantly. They're always trying to do something different every iteration. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but I think that about covers it for what I got. How about you, man?
Yeah, that's about it for me as well. I got some
Yeah.
dogs in my yard I gotta go tend to.
Yeah, no, we're just coming up on like 50 minutes or so. Not bad. Just get done them quick ones, quick little under an hour podcast. But
Next week will probably be a little bit longer. We'll have probably some significant
oh
news to talk about.
yeah. Quite honestly, let me see the dates real quick. So Thursday is the 4th. Are you gonna be busy?
No, I can record.
Okay, we will see what happens, but maybe we live stream the event, the
I'm
PS5
down.
event. So I can set that up. I'll see what I can do, how to make it look all pretty and all that. But I think we might need to do that.
Okay.
And then the next day we can have a podcast and talk more in depth about it, and other things. So yeah, I think that's about it for me. How about you, man? You got anything?
That's about it for me, man. Good show. Good show. Good stuff.
All right. Well, then, thank you guys for watching. As always, please like and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. I appreciate everybody that came and watched live with us. Please go check out our other videos on the channel, podcasts and audio on all your favorite podcast apps. Yada, 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 yada. You've heard it all. I'll see you guys later. I really appreciate it. And as always,
Keep on gaming.
peace out.